Hey guys, welcome back to Critic and Fan, and we are so excited because me, Rob, and his little backpack Chewbacca, we saw Star Wars Rogue One, and we are super excited because this is the story of between episodes 3 and 4 that basically explain how the Rebels got the Death Star plans with that plot that we saw in episode 4. So, I was really excited. There was a lot riding on this movie because it's the first anthology movie, and if this movie did not pay off very well, we don't know what would happen with other future Star Wars development projects. So, with that being said, Rob, did you like the movie? What'd you think about it?
I liked it, and it felt completely different than any other Star Wars film I've ever seen before. This one was like a lot more gritty, I guess you would say, gritty.
This one definitely had a war type feel to it, and I did enjoy it a lot. I'm not sure if I love it yet. I have to watch it a second time, but there was a lot of this movie to enjoy. Let's do the pros, not pros, let's do cons first. We'll get the cons out of the way, and then we'll talk about a lot of what we liked. Cons, I thought that the beginning started off a little slow. Do you agree, Rob?
Yeah, it kind of like jumped around a lot, introducing characters like, here we are, here we are, here we are, now everyone's together.
Yeah, the characters in the movie, Star Wars The Force Awakens, right, the new characters that they introduced, I liked them a lot. I liked Finn, I liked, Rey, all the new characters that were in Kylo Ren, stuff like that. You're able to attach to them, you're able to kind of understand what they were going through because there was development to those characters. With Rogue One, all the characters are pretty much shoehorned except for Felicity Jones's character. And so there's just kind of like, oh, this is that person, they do this, they do that. All right, you get it, got it, good. That's pretty much it. So the beginning kind of gets it's a little jarring and it jumps around like Rob said. But once the second act starts, that's when things really kick off. And the finale, I thought, is one of the best finales that Star Wars in the franchise has ever had in a long time.
I loved the ending of this film. It was amazing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of surprises in this movie. Well, not a lot of surprises, but a lot of new things to appreciate with this new Star Wars movie. For instance, what's the new robot's name?
I don't know, I got it.
I think it's like, I forgot the robot's name, but we'll put the photo of him up to you guys. He was really funny. This movie was directed by the guy who directed Godzilla, and this movie, I thought he did a really good job directing this movie. I thought that the cinematography was great. A lot of the CGI was great. Yeah, the spectacle of it. The one thing that, like I said before, this director did Godzilla, and even if you didn't like the movie, one thing you could appreciate was the scope, the big scope of Godzilla in that movie. And And I thought that he did that scope very well for the Death Star, how big it actually was.
It looks a lot better here than it has in previous films.
All right, and besides that, another con that I had was the music. I thought that, how do you feel about the music?
I don't think it was a con for me, it's just I didn't care for the music.
Yeah, there wasn't...
You don't think about it. It wasn't as epic as, past films have been.
Yeah, because with the Star Wars films, you know the classics, just like the Empire one, the dun 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 dun. There was none of that. There was none of that classic vibe of songs that were in the movie at all. It was just generic, just beats that were happening, and it's not a deal breaker, but I was disappointed about that. And that's pretty much it for me in terms of the cons, really, which is character development and the music. Besides that, we're gonna fanboy for a second. Rob, what was the first thing that you want to talk about in terms of the pros of it?
Darth Vader. I loved him. He was on there for like 4 or 5 minutes at most, and he was like one of the best things ever. They made him cool again. They made Darth Vader cool again.
Yeah, once again, I said this guy is the director is from Godzilla, and if you watch Godzilla was in there for like 15 minutes, but the 15 minutes that Godzilla was in it paid off at the end. And with Darth Vader, he does the same thing, because Darth Vader gets maybe, 5-6 minutes of screen time?
Maybe.
And the screen time that he gets is so small, but the scenes that he gets Darth Vader's a bad dude. And obviously, because we got the whiny Anakin Skywalker, right, in the prequels, and then with Darth Vader, he just walks like this half the time, because he had robotic legs and stuff like that. And of course, his fighting skills got better in episodes 5 and 6. But with this one, I think this is the first time we actually got to see vintage Darth Vader
in his prime.
Because this is right after, right? Oh, not after. This is right before episode 4. But let me just say, he brings the lightsaber out, and then everyone in the theater just goes crazy. You'll have a great time with watching Darth Vader for sure. The action scenes are incredible. You get to see more of the AT-ATs as you get to see in the trailer. That was neat to see. So besides the battle scenes, the acting was very good.
I like the battle scenes a lot too.
Yeah.
The battle scenes look amazing.
Yeah.
It felt like the stakes were higher in this film, even though if you see the Star Wars franchise, you know what's gonna happen, but the stakes were still high and everything.
Yeah.
You bought into it.
I feel like the stakes were the highest. It seemed like they were the highest in this movie because I really did feel that, you know, regardless if you were attached to the characters or not, you had that feeling of anyone can just go in any second. And the stormtroopers did have better aim, I thought, in this movie.
They were hardcore.
They were hardcore as well. So, just cutting to the chase, the movie starts off very rocky in the beginning, but once you get to the second act it's just a great time, and it ends, I think, on a very great high note. This is a great start for the anthology series, and I'm really excited for the next story. Is it the Han Solo movie, or is it Boba Fett's story? What's happening next?
The next movie is episode 8, I believe.
Well, no, besides episode 8, like the anthology series.
I think Han Solo and Lando Calrissian.
And the Calrissian. Alright guys, that's our quick review in this movie. Like we said before, rocky start, but great finish. We definitely recommend you guys watch it in theaters. Everyone's gonna have a great time for sure. There's not that much, like I said, to really dislike about the movie. I mean, there's so much good stuff in there that I think you'll either walk out, you know, either really love this movie or just be like, you know what, looking forward to this next anthology series. So yeah, guys, tell us what you guys have thought. If you guys haven't seen it yet, what do you hope to see this movie? If you have seen it, what are you guys' thoughts without spoilers? Comment below, let us know. You can find us at our Facebook page at Critic and Fan, and where else can you find us on Twitter?
Oh, on Twitter, yes. Critic_and_fan.
Alright guys, thanks. May the force be with you. We'll see you guys next time.